starting now.
We are just starting. It looks like we've gone far. I'm so excited to be here this afternoon. And I'm very glad because of what is happening today in our industry. So many of us that have gone high in the industry may have thought that they have gone so high or they have achieved a lot. I was discussing with someone yesterday and I said to the person, I said, I'm understanding a new thing now about this business. I hate to say, that if I told the person, if you had got a piece of land with the achievement so far in this business before, that because of the new thing that you are going to get about additional 10 or more than. I said, if you have got cars, you're going to have additional cars. I said, if you have bought properties abroad, you're going to have more. Because sometimes when we look at things, we see as if we have achieved it all, but we have not yet started. I told people that I'm starting afresh. I am beginning from day one, just like some of you that raised up their hands. I am raising up my hand. I am signing up today, all over again. One of the reasons I want to be part of the people sharing this, or what you understand from this, is the fact that when I first started this business, and we got to a point that this was introduced to us, I actually didn't know what I was doing until I read this book. That was years ago. When I read this book, the kind of fire that came into me could not be quenched, that I had to take a risk that so many of you may not dare to take. But you have to take such risk if you really want to do well in this business. I finished reading this book. I didn't know, because I had never been a network marketer before now, and I kept sharing the testimonies. I didn't know, I've not driven any network marketing business before. And when I read this book, I understood some things in this book. And one person told me, there is a ghost ship in Abuja. I said, ghost ship? I said, I read it here, that you look for ghost ship. I said, where? He said, in Abuja. I said, show ghost ship. He said, yes, ghost ship. I called the person. I am so person. They said you're a ghost ship. He said, what do I mean? I said, they say you are a very active person, that if you come into this program, that you do well. He said, actually, I don't want to do. I said, please, let me come and see you. It wasn't my downline direct. The person that was introducing her to me wasn't even my direct downline. But I had to go to Abuja because they told me, I finished reading this book and I understood something about this book, so I wanted to practice it. After reading this book and after going this presentation we have here, you have to practice it too. If you don't practice it, it's just wasted. I ran to Abuja, paid for my flight, return ticket, paid for the accommodation and all the feedings and everything, just because I wanted to talk to somebody based on what I have read from this book. Did I achieve what I wanted to? Yes, I did. She already paid. She already signed up by the person. She didn't pay, but after that she had to pay. And immediately within 2 days she had to gather people. I mean, I'm telling you, within 2 days we have gathered over 50 people, talking to them, and they started working, and we started from there. That was the first time in my life in this business that I stepped up beyond 1 cycle, 2 cycle, 3 cycle. So I've seen myself jump to 10, 15, 20, 30, 100, 1,000, 2,000, 1 million. Are you looking at me? Okay. So the next presentation we are going to have, napkin presentation we're going to have, is the napkin presentation 4, which has to do with digging down the bedrock. Somebody say digging down the bedrock.
Digging down the bedrock.
Digging down the bedrock. There is nothing you will do well in if you don't start very well. No matter what that thing is, the foundation is always said to be short. if your foundation is sure in anything you are doing, anything you want to do, you are not going to have a better building. And that is why Busi said and MD said and I'm saying that in this business, professionals, they do what? They do what? They salt. They salt. But amateur, they do what? When you bring a baby of a year, a baby of 2 years, 6 months, whatever, and ask the baby to build a house for you, how do you think that the baby will start building the house? He will start pouring sand immediately. Will the baby think of how to excavate and make a foundation? And you can get angry over it and you may decide to use your leg and kick off the house. And it goes. Because he's just what? A baby. Now in this business, you have to learn how to dig deep. You have to learn how to make your solid foundation. It is said that the discouragement could come from people that you have sponsored in this business if you don't show them the importance of the hairstyles. Many a times we come into this business thinking that it's just like that. As you enter, you start earning money. As you come in today, you earn money. If after 1 week or 2 weeks you don't earn money, you become discouraged. After 1 month, I have been here for 1 month, I'm discouraged. Somebody called me today and said somebody called her and said, I have not earned. If you don't return my money, I kill myself. I said it has not got to that. And the person after asking him questions said, why are you going to kill yourself? Because of this amount, then you don't have a life. He said, no, I have a life. He said, you don't have. If your life works this amount, at the end of it all, he realized that he had a life, that he could not ask of killing himself. Rather, how do I make do with this and go beyond where I was? And today now, before this afternoon, the story has already changed. We are talking about digging deep. You don't have to start. If you're starting today, for some of us that are new, you are privileged that you are coming in today to hear what people that have been here for 3 years, 4 years are hearing. In other words, you are a special person and you are expected to grow faster. Okay? You are privileged. You don't need to start by just counting the months. No. You have to start first by training your people. Let them understand that this week is for training. You don't run into anything without learning the system. You will not do very well. What and what are required? We are going through the napkin presentation. You have to take the people you are sponsoring into this business through this presentation for them to understand what and what are required for them to be, steady in the business, for them to be strong in the business, for them to move in this business. Not today you come in, by Monday you have let end. If you don't end by Monday, no, it's not me. 2 weeks you have to make 100. If I have to, some of us will use that language. Is it not true? But that is why at a point they had to stop. We have to encourage, train them bit by bit what they need to know about this business. You must, is a must, complete a training period. Ask whoever that is bringing you in this business, what do I need to know? For some of you that are coming today, ask the person. If the person doesn't tell you what you need to know, then there is trouble. Many of us are even bringing people when we have not even learned what to know in this business. We don't know because they have said, go, you are gone. And then you bring another person that does not know, and another person will bring another person that does not know, and then the chain you have will be people that don't know. The person that may even suffer it will be the up, and at the end of it all, this thing is not working, nobody is giving me back my money, this thing, nobody is training me, and this and this and that. You have the responsibility. It's an irresponsible act of a person to get someone who he or she is not ready to train. If I must follow you, you must show me why I must follow you. So demand it from whoever that is registering you in this business to show you what you ought to do, and go further. How is you see? yes. Many a times when we start to build in just our normal structure, we spend time in the foundation, and then we have to use our shovel to start our foundation. Most times, if you see who is an expert, a professional, and the person comes close to the foundation, seeing the depth of the foundation, you don't need any soothsayer to tell the person that this is going to be a very tall building. This is going to be a bungalow. The foundation you make will determine the kind of building you're going to have next. In the first instance, in your foundation, we are talking about sponsoring 5 persons. And when you start with that 5 persons, that is the beginning of you. You don't stop at that. You will start to dig deep. The deeper your foundation, the stronger the structure that is going to come on it. And so, building the foundation is very, very essential. And you have to use, like I say, you have to use your shovel. When you get to a point that just shovel will not be enough, that is the time that you can now, when you must have trained your first 5, you can now have your first 5 to also support their own 5. And that's when the use of bulldozer comes in. You have done the first level of it, and then you're doing another level. With your next 5, you're getting like about 25, okay? And all of you are training yourselves together in the business. You are digging deep. You may not know what you're doing to yourself until when you finish. Sometimes when we are doing our foundation in business, in whatever thing, even if it's in relationship, don't name it, whatever thing, people looking at us as if we are wasting our time. People looking at us as if we don't know what we're doing. Sometimes we too will become discouraged that as if we are pouring a lot of our resources into that. Have you not seen some people after foundation, they stop at that? Is there anyone else you have seen that stop at foundation? Yes. But it's good to stop there so that whenever he wants to build, it's also will be stronger. But sometimes you need to count, okay, before you start. Whether you can take it, this. No, it's not that way. Okay? And so, by the time you finish that your second level, you are digging deep. Then the 25 people which have been your second level, getting their own again, okay? Turning it to how many now? 1 to 5. You are getting to another level of it altogether. And at this level, you can say that you can now excavate with a steam shovel because you are working with 25 people who have already been trained in this business. Don't be in a haste like MD was saying that somebody said, I am going to bring 500 people. If you bring 500 people at the same time, can you be able to train them at the same time? This one, let them all have the same knowledge. Let them all be able to train their own 5 at the same time. And you are supervising it at the same time. It may not be possible. It is not good for you to start looking at the money you're going to earn at the onset. I was talking business with somebody. She told me, no. I'm not interested with this at the moment. Not about money, but let me build this structure. It's not about the money you're going to earn. If you can be patient enough to build your foundation, do it very strongly. What you're going to earn tomorrow is going to amaze you. Because once it starts running, it will be like an auto drive, okay? You're not going to be forcing yourself again. You're not going to be dragging it or be striving to make it. You have already put some things in place. Please, somebody should be helping me, please.
Is it what you need? Can I go? Is that it?
Okay, that's the shovel. It's not the shovel. Just be going so that we can be using it. Yeah. So that we can be using it. Okay. Yeah, that's when you get to your 4th level. Okay, we are getting this. Okay. So when you have done it with your level 135, now you're getting into, because you have done it very well, it is moving. People may be looking at, what is coming out of this? One day when I was doing this presentation to a group of people. I kept presenting to one particular guy. He now asked me a question. All these things you're talking about, how much have you earned? He told me his own, which was a pyramid. I said, they have paid me this amount. I said, if I show you what I have earned, you will not stand. But the truth was that I didn't really earn that week, because that was when I was starting. But he saw it that I was putting enough energy, I was putting enough time, I was putting enough resources, and that he could not quantify what was coming out. But that wasn't it. Where is he today in his program? He's not there, he's gone. Where am I today? I'm unstoppable. Do you understand? Yes. So it wasn't palatable at that onset. But the structure that I went through is what is keeping me. That sometimes I can use the word like I'll be the last woman. Let me not use man. Women, should I use man? No. I will be the last woman doing what? Standing. Okay? Because I have understood the structure. I have understood what it takes. Now we are going to do it together, and if we really want to build a lasting team, let us continue. By the time you get it with this level of people, your building has started appearing. People have started seeing your building. The truth is that when you pass that level and your building, it's making meaning to people. Before you put one, it's going off. Before you know it, you will say you are the roofing side. Do you understand? It's the foundation that is. That's why we have to handle the foundation. Even spiritually, we always talk about the what? Foundation. Everything, the what? Foundation. Deal with the foundation. If you're not doing very well, deal with your foundation. You're not progressing, deal with the foundation. Now in this multi-level marketing, our company, if you're not doing well, deal with your foundation. There is nothing wrong with going back to start afresh, even if you're a platinum. Do you understand? You can stoop to conquer. Get the basic thing you need to get. And then when you understand it, with the people you have already gathered in the team, you can go far. Is that not okay? Yes. So, having got to this, can I stay there permanently for me? Let me see. Let me see. Sorry. Okay. Okay. It's better to build a proper foundation and build it long-term residual income than just recruit and have to build your income again and again. It's better you build it very well. Some of us that started before, the people who started before, they are not already even gone. Do you understand? But because of the foundation, somebody say foundation. Foundation. You are still standing. And men that are gone, they will still come back to you. Don't think you're playing if you're the only person remaining in your team. As long as I'm concerned, our company, our industry is the one of the strongest. And I know why, and I can defend it anyway. Do you understand? You have seen this structure. Some people are bringing in some structures that you don't even know how it is. But because of your foundation, you move to the other side. And when you move the other side, you're scattered. You move to another side, you're scattered. If you know the foundation and you believe in it, and you are able to do it well, then there's no way you will not stand. Stands. Them that go away will still come back to you because they have seen that when the rain falls, then we will know which foundation that is strong. We are building on a strong foundation, and I'm sure A2W is built on a strong foundation. And you also should imitate that act and build your team on a very strong foundation. There are many things that are not even functioning at all, from head to the toe. Maybe from wherever to wherever. Nobody is coming out from there because of that foundation. Okay? But nevertheless, if you can stand and defend this foundation you have, you can go anywhere.